Okay. So, Mythili, can you please tell me about yourself? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm Maiti. I'm from Chennai. I have around 10 years of experience in manual automation testing. And relevant to automation, I have 5 years of experience in Selenium, Java, TestNG, and Page Object Model and Cucumber BDD framework. Related to automation, AP automation, I have 2 years of experience in using REST Assured. And I've actively participated in all the agile ceremonies like sprint planning, grooming, retrospective, and review sessions. And in the previous project, I have been a lead for managing a team of 6 to 8 members in manual automation testers. And I've done it. Also have hands-on experience in JMeter for performance testing.
Mm-hmm.
And and I've created a framework, hybrid framework using Selenium Java TestNG page object model design pattern from the scratch. And I have some experience in CI/CD pipeline using Jenkins and for version control using Git. This is a short brief from my end.
Okay. So, have you created the test plan? If so, what is a test plan and what do you include in test plan?
Okay, yeah, I have created this plan. It's a complete structure of what are the objective and what is the scope of the project. So mainly we covered it'll have the objective. So the project, what meant and what are the terms we'll be using in the testing process, and we have the in scope and out of scope. So for some projects, the in scope will be you can create a single account and you can't use multiple different for different browsers because for that particular project not needed. So out of scope is like checking in different application, same user taking different application like that. We consider the in scope and out of scope, and also the resources who are working on what are the testing will be handled inside. And also we'll schedule the time we'll schedule timings like from this in the 2 week sprint we plan um, for the testing, preparing the test cases, test execution, and how much automation coverage is planned, and what are the tools are being used for automation testing, and also the manual test RTM required traceability matrix is handled, how it is handled, and
Mm-hmm.
what are the smoke tank testing, the different functional and the non-functional testings have been handled in that project, and who's a who's the TL for that project, and who will be the testing team, what testing to be handled, and what are the risks will be we get in the project, and based on the risks, what mitigation should be taken. So this will be listed, and also the deliverables. So based on the deliverables, based on the project what we are working, so we give the deliverables which should be at the end of the project we get the application in this space. That will be the deliverables.
Okay. So, how do you pick automation test cases?
So from the manual test cases, all the manual test cases can't be automated because few few test cases will be complex and can be automated. Only 70 to 80% of manual test cases can be done to automation,
Mhm.
and in that we'll go for the priority. Uh, Take the priority test cases like major functionalities and also the basic functionalities because when you consider the major and basic functionalities for automation, and we create a regression suite, so which will be helpful while executing the uh, will be should be helpful for executing before the release. So when we run the regression suite, will be we can avoid the time used for the manual testers.
Okay. So, how do you set priority then?
The priorities like if we consider application, the basic functionalities like when you are logging with the valid credentials, and also navigate to the particular page, and this page should be loaded with proper features, and this button should be there. So these are the common. um, common functionalities for the application. So based on the project,
Mm-hmm.
um, um, priority will be we prioritize the test cases and we'll design the automation scripts for those test cases.
Okay.
Okay, Mythili. So consider if there is a scenario, you have a team member and unexpectedly she had some personal medical issue, so she went for a leave. Okay,
Okay.
so you need to deliver the project by the end of the June, and you do have the number of the user story that you can't plan with the limited resources. So what you will do in this case, if you go and approach the client no, it should be done by this period of. So what will you do in this?
Yeah, in this case, if I initially will discuss with the team. So my entire team, testing team will have a discussion and we'll separate the test cases. What are the user stories we have? If we have based on the user story, it will be it will take an equal for all the members, and they will work on the cases. But the thing is, we'll
What is the
prioritize
role
the
you will
test
be
cases.
playing here in this scenario?
Uh, Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Sorry,
Can you question, please?
no, no. What is the role of you in this scenario?
We'll have the team that and as they
Do what you, whether you are a lead or test manager, how do you treat yourself in this case?
I'll be a test lead.
Okay, you will be the lead. And how many members of the team?
Two testers and one automation test. Team testers there.
Okay, along with you, it will be four, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And so what's your assumption of the user stories?
So based on the user stories given, yeah, I have to
No,
organize
no.
the
What is because you are asking now. So now you have been assumed like this many user stories you are going to be have at the end of this June, right?
yes.
So I need to know like what is the number you are assuming and producing the solution here.
The total, I'm not sure. The total number would be more than 10, but we'll be taking only um, major functionality
Okay.
test case, which will be to
Okay.
the release for the production.
Consider if you have the 10 and how long you will be reaching out for this June end? How many days you will have to reach?
Mhm. The out of 10 can go for 8, maximum 8, because of the one resource is not there, so we can go for user story.
No, no, no.
Uh,
My question, no, no. Actually, what I'm asking, like, you have to be done by June end, right?
yeah,
So, how many days left for it?
8 left when completed.
What is the 8 and what is the 2?
No, no, totally we have the 10 user stories for the particular
No,
release.
actually, the base left for the completing June.
Sorry. We have 15 to 15 to 16 days, business days.
Okay, okay, you have 16 business days now. And you have the 10 user stories. So, for it is in backlog, right? Now, I want to know whether you need to complete the SIT by this June end.
We can complete the SIT, but you need time for further time. If it is for sure to be moved by this end, we can consider the major function.
I reiterate the question now. There is the sudden leave from your teammate, and you have to be complete by the June end, right? So the user stories should be transfers from the UT, SIT, UAT, and the production. So it
Yes.
should be getting. I have not mentioned whether you have to get SIT or the UAT. In what assumption started giving the solution? That what I want to pretend to know. So you thought to go for an SIT UAT in this or live?
Because without we can move with UAT because the that is the
No,
first time
I'm
it is
not
being.
asking to directly jump to UAT. In you, so you have a SIT, UAT. I have not mentioned in what with what phase is going to be done. I am asking you, like, in what perspective you are giving the solution, whether it is for an SIT or UAT.
This will be given based on UAT because we test
Okay, so
we use this perspective only.
okay, based on that, the UAT will be getting complete. You should complete the SIT before, right?
Yeah, before that, before this,
Okay,
we
what is the target date you will be set for SIT completion?
it is set as um, within a week you should be the SIT.
Okay, so now come, you have only 1 week. That is the 5 business days you should to be completed by the 4 resources along with you too for completing 10 user stories, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you come with the solution now.
So in that, after completing the SIT, based on the user perspective, we discuss with the team and also the BA business analyst on the major functionality of these user stories. Then we
No, actually here client itself added up. They want completed anyhow by the June end. So even BA from offshore will be taken as a design of the critical functionalities. It won't be going to be out any time.
but but it will be very time strained because we need to perform all the UAT and the bugs should be based on the bugs we get critical bugs. So it should be done. The testing team had to be reset it and then only we can move for production. So we this need that time for performing that regression testing and also the testing of.
Yeah, that client is not going to provide anyhow. So what you will do in this case?
After performing the of the user mentioned these priority bugs has been after performing SIT we get few bugs. So
Able to do for 5 business days. So everybody should be completed their user story in a day, right? Because user story is there, correct? So you have the
hmm,
5 business days completed. So each one should take at least 2 stories should be completed by the one single day. Okay. So will you be able to cover for the 2 user stories per day?
it is based on the service criteria and the user story. The
Some
every
criteria might be in the medium state, not into much bugs. In this case, how you will decide?
we can try to complete, but all the user stories will not be the of the same case.
Correct. At the end
Some
of the day, if you go and approach the client, we have tried lot, still we couldn't able to complete it up. Do you think client will be started approaching you in the way?
no, it's not like tried a lot. It'll be like that, but the entire team should be performing the story by D and also will plan
No, no,
for
actually, Mythili, you already go by all test life cycles. I'm not asking about it because now you have the only 2 weeks for to cover user stories and 1 week for an SIT, one more week for an UAT. Without SIT, you can't proceed to UAT. In this SIT time, you have the 10 user stories and you have the 4 members working under you. So along with you, it was the four. So everybody should take at least two user stories per day in order to complete the SIT. Okay. So this 4 day in particular day, how will you work? At least 4 hours you should work for one test, one story, right? Per day, if it is a two, half the day you should spend for one story. How will you do the writing the test cases? How will you get approval? How do you do the execution?
Yeah, it is a tough.
Sorry.
Yeah, it can't be done within the time limit. We have to explain it to
Hmm.
the manager on regarding the stories the constraint and all the resources to be working on it, and also the uh, on the bug fixes.
How will you estimate and give to the client in this case?
Testers also work on this manual test casing, writing the manual test
Only one
takes.
automation tester you have as per your state.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
including that person also need to
Including them
work on.
only we have been calculated this bandwidth. Okay. Anything is fine for me. Yeah.
Mythili,
Inform
one
to the
more
manager.
question. So, if you have a requirement change, how will you handle that sudden requirement change? So, how will you handle that?
Okay. Yeah. First, inform the team on the sudden change of the requirement, which been informed to me. So because providing the test cases for the requirement already mentioned during sprint planning, so I'll inform that the requirement has been changed, and then we plan for the preparing the test case and then start for the testing.
Okay, so how would you test that requirement? So, what will be your concern when you find like a requirement has been changed? So, the release is 2 weeks from here. So, today the requirement changed. So, what will be your first step?
Um, I raise concern to the manager that due to the sudden requirement change, if it has impact other user stories or the workaround user stories, I'll mention this because of this user story mentioning the user story ID.
Mhm.
It may block the user story which cannot be processed properly for the sprint.
Mhm.
And also, I'll explain about the issue we will be facing, the defects we will be facing because of the change of requirement, which will affect the entire flow of end-to-end testing. And also, we'll get for and also give a session that it would be you can take a particular change of requirement as an enhancement for the next sprint.
Can you come again? Last statement. What was it?
And I also ask for the manager if it can be taken as an
Mhm.
enhancement
Okay.
for the next sprint.
Okay. So your developer says like the bug which you raise is not a bug. So what will be your call on this?
In the defect,
Yes, for a
in the
defect.
defect, yeah, in the for defect, I'll take the screenshot and the timestamp when
Mhm.
I raised the issue, and when I got the bug in my system, and um also if you need a further clarification, I will share the screen and run the script and the particular test case or the script which we need to be done and show the defect.
Mhm. So there is no bug in the product. Okay, you tested a product and there is no bug. So
Okay.
can we tell like it's a quality application? So what is your thought on that?
We can't we can conclude that there's a quality product because all the edge cases and all the scenarios should be covered for the particular feature and also the complete product.
Mm-hmm.
and based on the scenarios and all the test cases it should be done, then only we can finalize it. There's no further defects.
Mm-hmm.
So the test cases review and the proper scenarios have been covered. All the edge cases covered or should be reviewed properly by the TL. Then we can conclude for if then also he didn't get any defect or bug, he can conclude that the product is for good quality.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, one scenario where you're going to test the elevator, okay, lift. In
Okay.
that case, what are the things? What will be the what will be the priority element in your testing, and what are the things that you will test?
Yeah. Initially, first I have to check for if I press the button for up or down, it should move for if I'm on the ground floor, if I'm clicking to the third floor, I should be able to click the button, and also the lift should move to the it should stop on the ground floor because I have to I have pressed ground floor. Then after entering to the lift, you have to check that I can close the lift door, and while stopping the lift door is getting open to make to make the enter inside the lift. Then sometimes if it is about to close and if some person want to enter into the lift, we'll press the button to open the door. So that option should also work. And also we have the help option. If we got stuck in the lift, we have the help option or ring the bell. So that button also should be working, and so that the person inside the lift got stuck could get help. And so how many floors are there in the particular building? All the floors, the when I click the particular floor button, it should get stopped in that floor, and the lift should get open. Then it should have this proper sensor because sometimes kids would be there inside in the left open, so it should not close immediately after stopping in that particular floor. So it should have some time gap so that if kids are entering or moving out, they get time to come out of the lift. And also the person's the load and how many people are there and how many people can enter should be properly mentioned in that particular lift inside with the kgs and also the number of persons. And the proper ventilation should be inside the lift with the fan and proper lighting should be also there inside the lift.
Mhm. Okay.
Mm,
Rakesh, any question,
Yeah,
any other questions from your
yeah,
side?
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, if there is a bug leakage, Mythili, okay.
okay.
So developer has been fixed that bug. As a
Okay.
tester, what are the documents you will be sending for that?
Um. Okay. Is the bug? It's a priority. It's a priority or critical bug.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get you.
It is a critical high severity bug.
Not of the bug severities. So, however, what bug it got fixed by developer. Now you have to send the document to the client. So you have something to be done right. You can't simply go and say this bug got fixed right. So what are the documents, supporting documents you have for this?
Uh, have the FRS document and have the test summary report where after execution we'll be placing these bugs as
But FRS document, why should you require on this? Because based on the functional doc you have designed, and they have identified the bug also. So still you want to add this as a supporting document?
Okay. Yeah, sorry, it's not required for this course. So I need the, I'll give this summary report and also the screenshots taken for this particular um,
Okay.
screenshots taken for when the defect has been raised. And after the fixer also, it will be adding the screenshots that it has been fixed and working fine. So thus the that bug IDs with particular user story also will be given to the client. And the test cases which have been covered for this particular user story with the bug IDs and the pass fail status will be mentioned in that particular with respect to that particular test case, and that document will be shared to the client. Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty much fine. And then, so what is the one thing you need to change in the QA world? So this should be changed, and it could be the great impact in the QA. So what you will think to be changed?
Um, to be changed is the time constraint is being faced because most of the user stories will be moved to the ready to for QA testing of the sprint. So that will be changed. The team can get a
Anyhow,
better time for
it would be
testing.
like that, Mythili, if I'm not
Mhm.
wrong. Because anyhow, the time constraint will be the things like the unplanned leaves and everything will be there, and you might be accounted for the things for time constraint and something you want to do in the technical wise. What could be the thing?
Um, Technically, um, sorry, Rakesh, I'm not getting.
What is the one tool be very new to the market uh, that you have been learning recent days?
I'm not. Uh, it's not like new tool, but I've not worked in Playwright, so I'm on the Playwright tool for the automation testing.
How do you learn?
By then courses, universities.
Okay, so teaching that in Udemy.
It's Raghu Shetty,
Okay,
doctor of yes, teaching.
yeah, I have done from my end, Vijay.
Okay. So coming to Java, so how do you rate yourself out of five?
I read for 3.
Three. Okay. So can you tell me one place where you use your OOPS concept in the framework that you're using, and what kind of framework is that you're using?
Okay, yeah. In OOPS concept we're using is we have encapsulation, um, which we use for the API, for the Bojo class, where I have all the getter and setter methods.
Okay.
So and I have used the inheritance concept where extends the base class to the test runner class where I need to execute the script by initiating the browser because the base class has all the browser initiation and tear down concept. So I used the inheritance concept there, and I have used an interface where the web driver and corrections concept like list, set, and map has been used in the framework.
Mm-hmm.
So I've used interface concept too, and
So what is the use of final, finally, and finalize? Any idea about that? Keyword final, finally, and finalize.
yeah, final we'll be using for any variable for variable or any method inside the class to make it as a constant one because we can't modify final variable or final method. final variable cannot be modified once after initiation, whereas final method we can't override that method or modify any changes in that. So so for that we use final keyword.
Mm-hmm.
Finally is we use in the try catch block. So to avoid exceptions, we use the try catch block where we catch the exceptions in the catch block. So after the catch block, finally block will be I will be having the codes which will be executed after the catch block.
Okay.
Then
Fine.
is
When will
sorry,
you?
Vijay,
Yeah, that's
I'm
okay.
not sure about finalize.
Okay. So when will you use set and when will you use list?
We set will be used to avoid duplicates. So in the project, I've used a set for getting the window handles. So unique window handles can be get. So I use a set for that. And to get for list, I have used for the um, to get the values in the particular array. So I use using a array list class or a linked list class. I create an object and um, got the elements for the particular from the particular array.
Okay. So can you tell me how will you handle dynamic elements?
Yeah, dynamic elements can handle using locators like XPath, where it will be traversing from top to bottom and bottom to top approach in DOM. So for those dynamic elements, XPath will be relative XPath will be work better to find the respective element, web element.
Okay. So how will you ensure your code is reusable and your code is maintained properly?
So in the project, I created a page object model design pattern where in the page objects I have the all the locators for the particular web elements in each pages. It's been mentioned as separate class page object classes, and inside the class files I have all the methods for the related to the methods defined for the particular page. Example, like if a login page and I have a dashboard page, the methods for the methods will be created for the all the elements in the particular login page, and we use page object model for the readability and also the maintainable thing. So only we go for the page object model design pattern. And when there is any changes in the locators or any changes in the DOM, can easily go to the respective page object classes or on the locators file and make the changes.
Okay.
And also the utilities package where maintain the reusable code, because the common keyboard actions or mouse actions can be like dragging and dropping, clicking the element, or taking the screenshot, or scrolling down. Those methods will be created as a those methods will be created inside the class file, so that class will be inside the list package, which can be called using by creating the object of the particular class.
Okay. So what is singleton class?
Singleton class.
Singleton.
Mm. Uh, Singleton. Sorry, Vijay,
Okay. Not a problem.
not
Okay.
sure.
So how will you handle code duplication? So there is a possibility like code duplication can occur, right? So in that
Yeah.
case, what is your best practice to avoid code duplication?
So in the project, handle the we handle the Git version control. So where we push the code to the master branch. So before pushing the code to the master branch, we'll be pulling the code which has been worked by the team members and they have pushed. So by pulling the code, we can find the conflicts. So if we have any conflicts, we have to clear the conflicts and then commit the code and then we'll push the code to the master batch again. So we can avoid the duplication by this way.
Okay. Okay, Mythili. So yeah, I'm done with my question. I'll get in touch with you. Fine.
Okay, Vijay.
Thank you.
One question. What
Yeah.
should be improved? What else should it get improved?
Uh,
Which would
we'll,
be
we'll
useful for
discuss
my
that.
career.
We'll discuss that, Mythili. I'll call you.
Okay, Vijay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.